day.
Alright, so today I'm testing the distance of my Genesis Stinger from my place all the way to your neighborhood dance studio. Driving, it's about a 17-mile drive. Bike route is about a 14-mile drive, 14-mile skate or bike. I'm following the bike route that Google Maps has suggested to me. According to Genesis, this thing should be able to go up to about 20 miles distance. Considering that YNS Studios is only about 14 miles, I'm expecting it to get at least there. One of the things that concerned me last night when I just landed from, when I just got home and I skated to visit Steph and Jordan, was when I hit 2 bars in the energy, it really started slugging, and I had to resort to doing kick push with a mixture of kick push while using the remote. So that's a little bit of a concern. But it was still able to go, but it just wasn't able to go at the speed I wanted. Yeah, it especially started slowing down on the hills, even with just 2 bars. So that's just a little bit of a concern in terms of the distance. I'm pretty sure, I feel confident that it'll reach the studio. But at what point in the commute will it start slowing down? So yeah, so the test today is primarily how long can this thing last as I commute from one side of LA to the other. And there's a lot of things I got to look out for that are not. That was an example. There's a lot of things I got to look out for, like that, which is uneven roads, bumps on the sidewalk, because I don't have a helmet, so I'm not going to be on the bike lane. The thing with this is that the amount of bumpiness, you hear that, the thing with that is like start turning your feet after a while. I think that's the one of the downsides about this one. I mean, one of the reasons I got an e-board so I can commute through LA and see different parts of the city that I normally would pass because I'm driving. That's one of the things I loved about New York, is even though I was walking, I was able to see a lot of the city. And with LA, I'm so much in my car, I don't get to see much of my city because I'm like pretty much like in a traveling house. So this one's uphill, and the battery's full right now, so it's doing well. But if it was like last night, two bars, I'd have to be kick and pushing up this. Okay, only about 4 miles out from my house. 4 miles, so I got a while to go. It's been up and down and bumpy. Had to stop and take a quick break because 1, my feet were hurting, and 2, my Google Maps was in another language, so I had no idea what the heck it was saying. So, yep. Oh, that's a bumpy one. Okay, it's those type of bumps I normally wouldn't mind when it comes to skating, but considering that's how I broke my first e-board within less than 48 hours, yeah, I'm being like a lot more cautious for this, especially since this one is long distance and a bigger investment up the hills. We're passing through Silver Lake right now, so going on a slight hill, so it's doing pretty well right now on the hill, considering that its battery's charged. Bump. So just lost 1 bar, still got some ways to go. My last resort is just getting an Uber the rest of the way. I mean, I said this is going to be a distance test, so we're going to see how far I can go. All right, quick update. I'm about 9 miles away from set destination. And I'm already at 2 bars, so it's kind of disappointing. There's a likelihood that I might need to call an Uber at some point to finish this ride. See all the bumps I'm going through right now. So I think part of it could be the bumps, amount of bumps I'm running into, the hills, and you know, weight. So they did say that speed and distance will change. There's a lot of variables that will change the results, but that's like one of the I guess that was their best results that they're advertising with. So yeah, I mean it's a lot of downhill right now, so it seems to be doing just fine. Like it wasn't looking like last night, so I'm not even halfway there yet, and I got 2 bars left, so that's a concern. Momentarily delay in skating. All right, quick update. Passing by K-Town. Not sure how much farther I have left right now. I didn't check the Google Maps. Pretty good distance so far. Fingers crossed that I make it all the way. Fingers crossed, guys. Let's do this. All right, I'm more than halfway, about 6.6 miles left until I'm there at rehearsal. Still got a good amount of energy, 2 bars. So chances are I'm gonna get really close to rehearsal, especially if it continues like this, more downhill than anything. All right, about 6 miles out. I'm about 6 miles out. I'm in the nicer areas of LA. Noticing a significant, not significant, slight drop in performance. Hills are getting a little harder. You hear that? This is a small hill. It's not even a huge incline, but it's starting to struggle going around. Oh, look at that. Yeah, even on slight inclines, I have to resort to kick push, so kicking. But straightaways does pretty well. Downhills pretty well. Uphills are the parts that I'm a little worrisome about because I'm not sure. I've never. So we'll see how it really goes. I have no idea how many hills I'm expecting on this whole trip. Woo! Still got a good charge. Still going. Not as fast as as it was fully charged, but still doing the job and getting me from point A to B to C and everything. So we'll see how it goes towards the rest of it. All right, about 3.5 miles out from the destination. I'm at La Brea and Venice. So as you can see, I'm doing a lot more kicking and pushing. Performance has gone down, and you can barely hear the power in the thing anymore. It's gotten to the point where I can hold the remote while I kick and push. I mean, it's certainly delivering. The battery life is really there, but you can really tell the drop in performance. Actually, look, that's 2 bars still. Not too bad considering how far I am. I'm officially 3 miles out. I've officially hit 1 bar left on the board. Performance has gone down a lot of kick pushing, kicking, whatever. I'm getting a little tired from the amount of it. No, it's not that far. This distance of a skate normally isn't a problem around home, but I've really pushed it. Oh fuck, am I going the wrong way? Shit. Okay, I'm going the wrong way, but I really pushed it today. Pretty solid in terms of how far it's gone. All right, 2 miles out. Look how fast it is. So it kind of goes. But now with the weight on me that I have put on it, it's slowing down. And I've been doing a lot of kick push the past 2 miles. So my feet are aching. Battery's still going. That's the upside. Performance is completely shot though. Not shot, but gone. All it is now is a support for when I'm kicking. And right now, I'm just determined to finish this test run on the board, just to see the battery life, even though the performance is gone. 1 bar still. Less than a mile out. But I've been doing all the work at this point. I'm exhausted. It's not as hyped as I was in the beginning of this. Just been holding the remote button as I kick and push, hoping for the next gen. Longer distance. You know, battery life is good, so obviously improve on that, but also longer distance and its power. So, geez. Okay, home stretch, like literally just down the street from it. I'm here. Fuck. I'm here. I'm ready for a rest when I get started. Good thing. 1 bar left. It's practically useless now. Look at it. Barely moving anything. You can see why I was doing all the work at that point. Okay, I'm gonna try to let this. Okay, so it took me 2.5 hours to get from Glendale to here. Left around 10:30. Got here around 12:45, 12:50. About 3 to 4 miles out. Not sure. I'm guessing. I'll see when I review the video. The battery, though, the performance of the skateboard started dropping. The battery was still good. It was still at 2 bars, but there was like a difference of like high performing 2 bars and then lower performing, and then eventually got to the point where I had to do all the work. Probably 3 miles out, I was doing a lot of kicking just to be able to get through. And this is a heavy board. It's not like a regular skateboard where you can just kick and get some good traction. Even though the wheels are good, there's a lot of weight onto it, and I got some stuff in my bag, chargers, and this thing is charger, and my other chargers for everything else, because I didn't charge my stuff last night. But it was good half of the skate here, and then the rest of it was getting a little bit more challenging. I know part of it is because things were at the hill, the roads were bumpy, there was construction happening at houses, so I had to walk around, or I had to deal with people not listening and spacing out and not hearing my board, so I had to stop a couple times, or other people not paying attention, or they're going to turn and they almost hit me. So there's a lot of things that kind of, that happened more than I'd like to admit. People are just not paying attention. They're going to make a right, but they're looking left, and they stop further than they should. Some places didn't have curves for me to roll off of, so I had to pick up my board a couple times across the street and whatnot. But towards Venice, when it was very close, the last 3 miles, a lot of kicking. I eventually got to a point where I was just using the remote to help the momentum keep going. You leaving?
Thank God he made it safe.
I love you. So, it proved one thing, is that the battery can last within the 15 miles. The next thing is probably the performance can go probably good. I'd say high performance, like probably a good 7 miles, and then be decent for another 3 miles. And these numbers are all arbitrary. I'm just guessing, but that's what it feels like. And then it's also considering weight, the road. There's a lot of variables that can affect the performance. I'm pretty sure if it was straight through, I'd be cruising, but I was going up hills and through all of LA traffic, so I'm going to be dealing with that in the next hour or so. But this one I'm going to be Ubering home once the performance dies out. So.